Everyone, welcome to another video, and in this video I am going to share a resource with you. I'm going to share a ranking list which you might have not seen already, a ranking list which Forbes have published recently for 2022, and they have created a ranking system which is much different than what US News, what QS World Ranking has been doing. They created a ranking list based on the debt accrued after college, the return on investment of your education, which is really aligned with what I think when you're looking at your education. It's like, hey, what is my return on investment? How much money I'm going to make once I'm graduated? That is the most important factor. So let me share that with you. Before getting into the video, let me introduce myself. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. My name is Parth. I'm a graduate of Purdue University. I graduated back in 2019 and I've been working in Arizona since then. Over the years, I've helped out thousands of international students. All of the resources which I provide on my channel are absolutely free. And there are a bunch of videos. So if you're thinking anything remotely about moving to the US or education in the US, you should check out some of my other videos as well. There is going to be some videos I'm going to mention in this video as well. I'm going to leave that link in description. All right, let's get into it. So going back to the ranking list, a lot of times I get asked this question like, hey Parth, does ranking really matters? And this is what I tell everyone, like, hey, ranking doesn't matter, because a lot of times the ranking systems, like for example the US News ranking or the Times Higher Education ranking or the QS World ranking, it's really skewed. First of all, it's focused on undergrad students a lot of times. Second, the rankings are based upon how many undergrad students are getting into the university and what is the criteria of getting into the university, if it is difficult or not. That ranking system doesn't really define if a school is absolutely great or not. For example, Harvard, right? Like if you take Harvard for an example, Harvard is going to be very difficult to get into no matter what. And the people who are applying there will be smart as well. So if you're basing your ranking upon that feels like a skewed data. Also, for grad students should be focusing upon rankings which are more focused on research. You can see the methodology of the ranking system on how XYZ is ranking university or how ABC is ranking universities, and you can check if they are ranking the universities based on the research. Then I feel like you should focus on those rankings. And ranking acts as a great filtering criteria. I want to go for top 10 CM construction management institutes, or I want to go, like, I cannot go to the top 10 universities because I know I'm not as qualified with my GPA, with my extracurriculars, with the university I am in. But with my profile, I can easily get into the top 5 to 15 university, and that's what I'm aiming for. So that ranking list gives you a big playground to play in. Now what Forbes came up with is return on investment, and this is something which I really believe in. I've made videos previously which I'm going to leave a link in description. Even if you're buying a cycle which is like $100, you are thinking of how much use I'm going to get out of it, and you are thinking like how much I can sell it later for. So you're trying to think, what is my return on the investment I'm making? If I'm going to save time, if I'm going to recoup my investment or not. Same with education. If your education is costing you $50,000, like for example, let's take mine. I went to Purdue University. My education cost me $50,000. I'm paying back that loan right now as well. It's been over 2.5 years. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I need to pay back the loan. It will take me this much time with this interest rate to pay back the loan. And I know that with the university degree I'm getting, the job perspectives are really good. It's difficult to understand ROI and to calculate ROI for a university. I would like you to check out my videos which I've made previously. I'll leave that link in description. So this is the kind of ranking which Forbes list have created. They wanted to focus on the following factors. They wanted to focus on salary, debt, return on investment, graduation rate, American leaders list like Forbes 40 under 40, Forbes 30 under 30, retention rate, and academic success, like if you are successful after your graduation or not. Here is their criteria which they have looked at. Like as you can see, alumni is 20%, debt is 15%, return on investment is 15%, graduation rate is 15%, American leaders list is 15%, retention rate is 10%, and academic success is 10%. So this is the methodology they have followed. Now coming back to the question, does like ranking really matters? Uh, of course, it does matter. It does matter to an extent. The universities create effort to prepare those rankings and to get up and up and up. But if you'll see the Forbes ranking, UC Berkeley is the top university in this ranking system, which is a public university. Usually private universities are the top ones, and usually the Ivy League universities are the top ones. So UC Berkeley, even being so expensive, the amount of resources, the amount of debt, grants, return on investment is really good when it comes to UC Berkeley, and that's why it ranked first. Another thing which people ask me a lot is like, hey, I want to go to Columbia. Columbia is an Ivy League and it'll be great. But I'm like, see what course you want to go for. If you want to go for a computer science degree or a master's in engineering management to Columbia, I have no problem with that. But if you want to go for a construction degree or a civil engineering degree, I feel like you're spending too much money. Like you're spending upwards of $80,000 for a degree which will not be paying you that much later on, and that matters a lot at times. So look at the factors, check out the ranking list, check out the previous videos I've made about return on investment. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. This was definitely a quick one, and until then, I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.